Hey everyone, before we get into this video, I got to remind you we have two giveaways going on right now. One is for a Nintendo Switch, a PlayStation 5, or an Xbox Series X. The other is for 2 copies of Pikmin 3 Deluxe. To enter, all you got to do is head down to the description and check all that out. You can comment, like on this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell icon. Be sure to check out that description, and good luck. All right. Here's the deal. We have some updated sales figures from Famitsu from last week. These are Japanese game sales, physical game sales, and we all know that the week before, over 200,000 copies of Super Mario 3D All-Stars was sold. It was at the #1 spot. Well, Super Mario 3D All-Stars has held on to the #1 spot in Japan. It is still at #1 with 63,803 units sold, making the grand total 273,939 units. We shall see. That is a 70% decrease week over week. We shall see if it actually holds on to #1 for a third week in a row, or if it will lose out to #2, which is Animal Crossing New Horizons, which is at 29,829 for the week, almost at 6 million. That's going to be at 6 million before the end of the year, guaranteed. Ring Fit Adventure is at #3 right now. It had 47% loss in sales week over week, but still at 25,915 copies, over 1.6 million there. Mario Kart 8 Deluxe hops back into the top 5. At 13,470. That's actually a 3% increase. We have eFootball winning 11 for PlayStation 4 in the top 5 at #4 at 9,781 units for the week. We have Clubhouse Games from Nintendo at #6 with 9,583 units. Pokemon Sword and Shield at #7 with 7,019 units. Minecraft for Nintendo Switch. Yes, the same Minecraft that just had Steve announced for Smash Bros. At 6,979. Splatoon 2 at #9 at 6,329. And speaking of Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, it is holding firm at the #10 spot in Japan at 6,151 units. That's 9 games for the Switch in the top 10. Yes, to say Switch is owning Japan is an understatement. Now we got to get into system sales. So last week we know Nintendo Switch sold 110,000 with the release of Super Mario 3D All-Stars. But the Nintendo Switch this week did see a decrease down to 70,542 units. Now, this is notably down from the 196,000 from last year, but last year we were in week 2 of the Nintendo Switch Lite launch. So, I mean, again, boosted sales from the launch of Lite. Year total is almost at 4 million. We're at 3,954,000, which is way ahead of everything else. The only thing with any notable numbers is the PlayStation 4, which is close to 500,000 units for the year. But again, next gen's coming around the corner. 3DS was just discontinued. All that jazz. In fact, the 3DS being discontinued and no longer manufactured has surprisingly led to the 3DS getting a boost in sales. I think as people are looking to pick up 3DS units before you can't find them in stores anymore. Obviously, Switch is way ahead of last year's pace. Up to this point, we were only at 2.5 million. So being at almost 4 million, about 1.5 million ahead is crazy. Lifetime to date, Switch is still over 15 million. We'll see. We'll see if it can cross 16 million this year in Japan once we get through all the holidays. 3DS is just not quite going to make it to 25 million, I don't believe. Just like I don't think PlayStation 4 is going to get to 10. But, you know, stranger things have obviously happened. For the breakdown of the Switch sales, Nintendo Switch Lite made up 28,431 of the units. Well, the Nintendo Switch Normal Edition, the Red Box Edition, whatever you want to call it, version 2, made up 42,111 units. So there you have it. That is the actual sales. If you want to stop watching the video, be my guest, because I'm going to sit here and talk about these games a little bit. Japanese sales are just stellar. For Nintendo right now. I'm very curious what the 3D All-Star sales are actually like outside of Japan. Now, we know for a couple weeks in a row it is held at #1 in the UK. The problem is that we don't have sales data for the UK. We know what the launch week was like, but we have no idea what it's like in week 2. We just don't have the data. And for the MPD, I have a feeling 3D All-Stars is going to be #1 for the month of September for the MPD. But are we going to get enough sales data on it to be able to quantify what that's like? It is still #1 on Amazon in the U.S. In terms of bestsellers right now. It is the #2 best-selling game for the entire year, right behind Animal Crossing on Amazon in the U.S. It's in the top 5, basically, in every other country that Amazon is a major retailer in. So 3D All-Stars, I'm surprised that Nintendo hasn't given us any numbers yet. Because normally when you get record-breaking stuff, Nintendo gives us some figures. But maybe because of COVID, maybe because of everything going on, Nintendo's being a bit more conservative right now. The next investors meeting, I believe, happens in January. Maybe it's earlier than that. Maybe it's December. But that's when we'll get a real look at, hey, did this game compete with the other big guns? Did it cross 10 million? And by the way, the game is well in stock. I know there was a lot of worry before launch that it would be hard to get a physical copy of this game. Nintendo, to their credit, has, despite the one retailer not being promised copies, has kept this game well stocked everywhere. While it was, I see it sold out, here and there at some local stores, but usually within like 2 days, it's back in stock. So it's still a really easy to get your hands on game. I don't like that Nintendo is still limiting it only till March 31st of next year. Maybe that's increasing sales this year for them. I have no idea. But, I guess that creates the fear of missing out effect, right? Like if you don't pick up a physical copy now, fear of missing out because it won't be available forever makes it a more collectible item. Yet I have to wonder the collectible value of it because there's going to be millions upon millions upon millions of these physical copies existing, which just drives down the collector's value. But maybe, if you have a sealed copy and we're like, in the year 2100 or whatever, maybe by then it'll be worth quite a bit of coin. I'm pretty sure most of us aren't going to make it to 2100 unless for some reason aging is reversed or whatever. But yeah, I'm just excited by the 3D All-Stars performance. I am a little critical that they didn't do more with it and didn't patch up some things, didn't add a free roam camera in Mario 64. But at the same point, Nintendo never promised any of that stuff. They said the whole time it was just a collection. So they gave us a collection. And it's selling really, really well. And it's 3 of the best Mario games ever made. The rest of the charts, it's pretty amazing to see. Like Animal Crossing in the top 10, that's nothing surprising. But to continue to see games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe in the top 5, I mean, that game's a Wii U game, folks. Can you imagine what a Mario Kart 9 would do right now? If they dropped a Mario Kart 9, it might be the biggest launch period. Like we talk about how, Animal Crossing New Horizons is the best-selling game in Japanese history. And yes, it is a couple million, with almost 3 million ahead of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. But, I mean, a Mario Kart 9 could easily pop over 1 million in week 1, I think, in Japan, and would be just dominating. I mean, it could be 10 million plus easily in its first weekend worldwide. So, I just keep hoping that Mario Kart 9 is coming. It has to be. You look at the rest of it, Minecraft. Minecraft's a big deal. Over 200 million copies of Minecraft have sold worldwide physically, let alone all the digital sales. And then you consider that Steve is now in Smash Bros. You have to wonder, is that going to give a boost? Like I'm very curious next week. Is Minecraft and Smash both going to get a boost in sales because Steve is in it? So like, what's going to happen? Is Steve being included in Smash Bros. Going to boost Smash? Or is it going to boost Minecraft? Right? Or are both going to get the benefit? Splatoon 2 as well, by the way. I mean, Japan loves Splatoon 2, man. Splatoon 2 is the game that keeps on giving. With the new Splatfest they've had. And it's just some crazy stuff they have going on. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys for now. I've babbled on long enough because I'm just gushing over games, and I got other videos I got to get to. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I am Nathaniel Rovajans from Nintendo Prime, and I'll catch you in the next video.